Hello student, I am Mrs. Shweta Shailendra Pandare, Assistant Teacher, Vidyapit High School, Kolhapur. Chapter 3, Chemical Reactions and Equations. Let us study about oxidation reduction reactions, that is redox reaction, corrosion and rancidity in foodstuffs. Next point, oxidation and reduction reactions. In the reactions 20 and 21, a reactant combines with oxygen. Let's see the reaction number 20. Twice Mg plus O2 gives twice MgO. That is equation number 20. And here equation number 21. Carbon plus oxygen, that is O2, gives to CO2, carbon dioxide. In this reactant combined with the oxygen here, let's see the equation number 22 and 23. In this reaction, hydrogen is removed from the reactant. Let's see the reaction, that is MgH2 gives to Mg and H2. Here is hydrogen removed, and here also, that is CH3 single bond CH3, there is formation of CH2 double bond CH2, equation number 23. So these are the examples of oxidation reaction. Let's see the definition of oxidation reaction. The chemical reaction in which reactant combines with oxygen or loses hydrogen to form product is called oxidation reaction. Hence, in oxidation reaction, remember combination of substance with oxygen, loss of hydrogen, loss of electrons, and an increase in oxidation number. So these are the examples of oxidation reaction. In some oxidation reactions are brought by a use of specific chemical substances. For example, here above reaction, the acidic potassium chromate makes oxygen available for oxidation of the reactant ethyl alcohol. Let us see the reaction. Ethyl alcohol CH3CH2OH. Oxidation of these, there is a substance used, that is potassium dichromate K2Cr2O7 for makes oxygen available for this oxidation reaction. And there is formation of the acetic acid CH3COOH. This is the equation number 24. So this substance is called, that is oxidizing agent. Hence, let us see the definition of oxidizing agent. Such chemical substance which brings about an oxidation reaction by making oxygen available are called oxidants or oxidizing agent. Here is the reaction, or here is the experiment. In that ethyl alcohol, by oxidation there is formation of acetic acid by using of the potassium dichromate as a oxidant. Next point, reduction. Removal of oxygen from substance, gain of hydrogen, gain of electrons, a decrease in oxidation number. So let us see the definition. The chemical reaction in which reactants gain hydrogen are called reduction reaction. Similarly, the reaction in which reactant lose oxygen to form product is also called reduction reaction. The substance brings about reduction is called reductant or reducing agent. Let us see the example. When hydrogen gas is passed over black copper oxide, a reddish colored layer of copper is formed. So let us see the reaction. CuO plus H2 gives to Cu plus H2. This is the equation number 26. In this, that CuO lose oxygen. Here removal of oxygen, that is the reduction, and there is formation of Cu. Here addition of oxygen, that H2 gain this oxygen, hence here is the oxidation. So oxidation, that is gain of oxygen, that is reducing agent, and loss of hydrogen. Then what is reduction? Loss of oxygen and oxidizing agent gives the hydrogen. So in this reaction, that is reduction and oxidation takes place here simultaneously. The reactant is oxidized by oxidant and the oxidant is reduced by the reactant. Due to these characteristics of reduction and oxidation reaction in a single term called redox reaction. Hence, redox reaction is reduction plus oxidation. Let us learn more about the redox reaction. Iron metal react with oxygen to form ferrous oxide, also called the rust. Here is the formation of rust. Let us see, when the positive charge on an atom or an ion increases or the negative charge on them decreases is called oxidation, and when the positive charge decreases or negative charge increases, it is called reduction. See here, Fe react with oxygen, there is a gaining of oxygen, that is oxidation. Here also again gaining of oxygen, here is oxidation, and reverse the reduction, there is losing of oxygen, again formation of, here is Fe2O3, formation of FeO, then reduction, again reduction, here formation of Fe and losing of oxygen. So this is the redox reaction. Let us see here, Fe gain here oxygen, that is the oxidation, and oxygen here reduce, so this is the reduction. So this is the example of redox reaction. Let us see, in oxidation reduction, that is redox reaction, electrons are transferred from one reactant to another reactant, here one reactant to the another reactant. For remember, that is oil rich. Oil rich, that equipment get the oil from sea. So oil rich. O, that is oxidation. I and L, loss of electron. Oxidation means loss of electron, and RIG, that is reductions means gain of electron. So you remember by this the redox reaction and examples of this redox reaction. Try this. Place 4 test tube on test tube stand. Take some boiled water in one test tube and put an oil layer on it. Take some salt water in second test tube. Let there be only air in the third test tube. Take some anhydrous calcium chloride in the fourth test tube. Place iron nail in every test tube. Close the fourth test tube with rubber cork and let all these test tubes remain unattended for a few days for study the rusting of iron. Observations. First test tube. Only slight change in the nail. In second test tube, rusting process takes place rapidly in presence of a salt. In third test tube, slight change in nail observed. In the fourth test tube, no change observed in this experiment. Both water and air are necessary for rusting. The rusting process takes place rapidly in presence of a salt. There are so many effects are seen, that is the redox reaction in everyday life. The new vehicle look shiny. On the contrary, old vehicle look dull. A certain type of reddish colored solid layer collect on metallic surface. The layer is called rust. The chemical formula for rust is Fe2O3.XH2O. The rust on iron does not form by a simple reaction of oxygen with iron surface. The rust is formed by an electrochemical reaction. Different regions on the surface of iron become anode and cathode. Let's see. First, that is Fe oxidize to form Fe2 plus in the anode region. So, Fe, formation of Fe2 plus ion plus 2 electrons, that is at the anode region. In the second, the O2 is reduced to form water in the cathode region. Here O2 plus 4H plus plus 4 electrons, that is twice H2O. When Fe2 plus ion migrate from anode region, they react with water and further get oxidized to form Fe3 plus ions. A reddish colored hydrated oxide is formed from Fe3 plus ion is called rust. it collect on the surface. Hence, twice Fe3 plus ion plus 4H2O that gives Fe2O3 dot H2O plus 6H plus ions, that is equation number 19. Various components of atmosphere, oxidation of metal takes place, resulting in their damage is called corrosion. Iron rust and reddish colored layer collect on it. This is corrosion of iron. Next point, rancidity. This is a fresh oil that we are using for frying the foodstuff. Then leftover cooking oil making a foodstuff having a foul odor, and that is called rancidity. If food is cooked in such oil, its taste also changes. When oil or ghee is left aside for a long time, or fried food also left aside for a long time, it undergoes air oxidation and become rancid. Rancidity in foodstuff cooked in oil or ghee is prevented by using antioxidants. The process of oxidation is reaction of foodstuff can also be slowed down by storing the foodstuff in airtight container.